careful who you rent the upstairs to. This is one of the biggest slogans, lines, terms that I learned from my mentors years ago. Be careful who you rent your upstairs to. If you look at your body, your mind, your spirit as your house, your space, you want to be careful who you let into that space, whether it's physically, verbally, socially, however you want to look at it. It's time to take an inventory on what you're listening to, what you're hearing, and who you're hanging out with. We've talked about this before. So be careful who you rent your upstairs to. Who do you let in your house? I had this amazing thought the other day on my run. I actually did an Instagram live that got cut off, but we're going to repeat it. And it is this: what mice are you going to let in your house, if any? If you're hanging out with your family, your loved ones, and a mouse runs across the room, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to be ultra sensitive and caring and say, well, that mouse needs a place to live too, so we're going to let him live here? And he stops and look over his shoulder instead of grabbing the broom and crushing him. You say, it's okay, buddy, go ahead. Actually, let me give you a little bit of cheese, and you can eat all the stuff that hits our floor. And he runs into the wall and you don't see him. But you got to know this: that mouse hangs out with other mice. And they duplicate, they replicate, and they build off of each other. So now there's a mama mouse, and then a baby mouse, and who knows, a grandma mouse. And now you've got all these mice living in your house. What does that look like? Because with the mouse comes their lifestyle, comes the things they do day in, day out, which includes peeing and pooping on the floor, running through your ceilings and peeing and pooping. And then grandma dies in the back corner and you don't see her, but hey, it's okay. You're being very loving and nurturing and accepting and letting them live in your space. And grandma dies in the back top tile, and all of a sudden your TV room starts to reek, smell, and you don't know what it is. And you go through with your kids and your Lysol, you clean and you scrub things down and you put the work in and you spray things and essential oils, whatever garbage you're using to try to smell, doesn't take away the root cause of the problem. That's who you've let into your environment. And it's those freaking mice. I don't want any mice in my environment. I don't want any mice around my kids, and I don't want any mice getting into their mindset. So here's the deal: you don't have to kill the mouse or mice or meese, what's plural for these freaking things, but you could show them the back door. You could show them the side door. You could give them an exit to leave your loving, nurturing, powerful environment that you're raising yourself, your kids, your family in, and you can empower yourself with stronger-minded people that feed your soul. So a lot of people will talk about mind, body, spirit. I flip it around like this: take care of your spirit, your mind, and your body, because if your spirit is whole and people around you are fulfilling your spirit, your mind's going to be clear to think abundantly, think clear, and think lovingly. And when that space is created, your body falls into suit. But you got to have people that are like-minded around you, right? So who are you going to rent the upstairs to? The people I love, the people that are nurturing, the people that feed my soul, that enhance my mind, I don't have to rent the space to. They can live with me. They can hang out with me anytime they want. They can text me and I'll respond to them positively. They can hang out with me on social media because they empower me. It's not negative, right? The ones that are negative, the ones that drop their little hatred things, I drop the bomb, I let them out the back door, I delete them, because that's my choice. I don't need to deal with it. If they want to talk face-to-face, that's a different option. I'm a man, I could talk to anyone face-to-face, and I don't have to be right all the time. I actually like to be wrong so I could find out where I'm weak and I could grow. Just had a conversation with a buddy about who you're hanging out with and who you're having dinner with, and he just had a conversation with a couple that was totally intoxicated. Absolutely insane. Him and his wife got in their car like, we can never hang out with those people again because of the things they were talking about and doing. So imagine if they spent those 2 hours with someone who was awesome and amazing. And that's what we want to do. So when you look at your kids and how they're showing up at school, what are the teachers saying to them? And if you don't agree with what the teacher's saying, call them up. I've had discussions with teachers that I don't agree with their theories. And I like to go off of facts, especially when it comes to American history. And I'm raising my kids in this great country to be powerful and not hateful. right? I want my kids to be accepting, but not fully accepting, because I don't want them to accept failure. I don't want them to accept mediocrity. I don't want them to be a mice, a mouse, a meese. I want them to be kick-ass, powerful, productive human beings that are making the environment, making other people's lives better, and they're serving other people. And they're not going to be doing it by just creating everybody equal, because we're not equal. Some people have tougher times, and I hope my kids can reach down and pick these kids up and help them be stronger. Find a better way in life, because that's the only way we're going to do this thing. Not by closing our eyes and then shutting people out because they're successful or powerful and then we're jealous, but getting around them and learning from them. I love getting around from people who make quadruple the amount of money to me, who are fitter than me, who are more positive than me, are more spiritually connected, because I could ask them questions on how they're doing it. And that's what we have to empower our children with, is to get around people and ask questions and then shut your mouth and listen. And then take a look at your personal life and say, where are the mouse living? Where are the meese living? Where are the mice living? You know what I'm freaking saying. And let them out the back door. And you know what? You may have to take a broom and squash one or two of them. Right? Sometimes love is a left hook, and you got to look and say, you know what? I'm tired of you pissing on my environment. I'm tired of you creating this stench and this smell that's making my days intoxicated, and it's time for you to go. So it's time, people, to take an inventory of your life and see where the mice are. Free them up. Tell them, hey, listen, I love you. I love you so much, I'm going to let you go. And some of those mice are your thoughts. Some of those mice are your spiritual connection, whether you're really connected or not, or your negative thoughts are bringing you down, and your mind owns you and you don't own your mind. So make a dedicated decision today on what I could do to make a massive change in my life, take over my mind, own my spirit, and be more connected to the source and be powerful. To be a freaking human being that's killing it in life, and you're not living like a mouse. I love and appreciate it.